why do girls love weaves so much? Simply because who doesn't love a weave? Like, okay, guys don't love weaves, and I mean, like, people with long, luscious hair don't chop their hair off. So, today for my YouTube speech for you guys, I'm definitely going to talk about what I know more of than you, and that would be weaves. I know more about weaves than a lot of people. There's probably someone out there who knows more about weaves than me, but it's not you. So, today I'm going to inform you guys all about weaves. I'm going to dispel some myths. I'm going to tell you pretty much everything that I know about weaves, which is a lot more than you probably know. Or you know what? No, it's a lot more than you do know, because I know more about weaves than you First off, to begin with, for some of you, you might not know what a weave is. A hair weave is what I have on my head. This is not mine. It's human, it's just not mine. A weave is better known as a hair extension. And in case you don't know what a hair extension is a hairstyle that mostly women, although some men do use, to lengthen and or thicken their hair. Weaves are the more common term among African Americans, or when discussed about or amongst African Americans, but hair extension is another form of the word. There's different types of weaves. There's a sew-in weave, and there's a bunch of them. There's the full sew-in, which can be what I have in. I have a full sew-in, and it has a closure. I don't know if you guys can see that. This is a very intimate conversation. I don't talk about my hair. This has a closure, and this is a full sew-in. None of my actual hair is out with this weave. Of sewing, I would like to dispel the first myth. We have hair under these weaves. They don't sew these things to our scalp. Like, literally, I have hair. Like, it has to be attached to something. And it's actually, like, an interesting fact is that sew-ins, especially, are one of the best protective stylings, especially, like, if you're trying to grow your hair or something like that. Because when none of your hair is out, there's nothing for it to be exposed to as far as, damaging sunlight, harsh weather conditions, like your straightener every morning when you just want your hair to be bone straight and it's just not comprehending, what straight means. A sew-in protects your hair from all of that, the heat damage and things like that. It's one of the best protective stylants that there are. It also has an invisible part, which I'll also insert a picture of in this video. Also a full sew-in, which means that no actual hair is left out, and it looks like a part. So it would be like right here, I would have a part, and it would be a full sew-in because none of my hair would be out. There's also the partial sew-in, which basically is like a full sew-in, except your hair is out. There can be a little leave out here. They kind of leave out on the sides, things like that. And then there's the individual tracks, which I'll also insert a picture of. And you just have like individual tracks lined in, and those are usually mostly either for thickening or for lengthening. And they only are a few tracks in there, maybe like 1 or 2, or at most 5, in order to just kind of add whatever the person wants to. Then there's the glue-in, which I won't insert any pictures of glue-in weaves because they pretty much look like a sew-in weave. It's just not sewn in. They use a bonding glue. And they're pretty much the same things. You can do a full, partial, and the individual as well. And the only other thing with a glue-in is that you can do a quick weave, which is where they put a stocking cap over your head and they glue it to the stocking cap. That's the only other difference between a glue-in and a sew-in. And then there's bonding, which is where they take individual hairs and they have like these little plastic tips on them, and they actually attach it to your actual hair with a like clamping tool. And that's a very expensive form of weave that not very many people utilize, but I'll also insert a picture of what that looks like as well. Also for use in those are clip-ins, which are like sew-ins, except you just clip it in and you clip it out. It's really easy, it's simple. Rundown on weaves in 5 minutes, because I know more about weaves than you do.